All right, joining me right now is Winnie's son, managing director and co-founder of Sun Group Wealth Partners. Here we are, Winnie, a new week, and the markets have started off on the right note. What are you seeing out there right now?
Well, some good news, right? The Dow is over 1,200 points and Nasdaq's up over 400 points. I think the main thing is we heard some good news this weekend. We saw that the Dow futures were already up even yesterday. So this is not completely out of the ordinary, but we're looking at investors being more confident because they're hearing that the coronavirus new cases developing are now a little bit lower than before. So they're hoping for light at the end of the tunnel sooner rather than later.
But you think overall, I mean, here we have a big jump right now, 4 or 5%. I mean, we dropped so dramatically over the last 3 weeks. We're not going to get that all back over the next 3 weeks if this trend continues. You figure there's going to be a slow growth if we continue to grow at all?
I think so. I think, we're certainly in bear market territory. There's no way around it. Today is obviously a good day. Hopefully, we end the market on a plus day as well. However, there's so many more things that need to unwind still, right? We still have a tremendous amount of cases all over the country where people right now can't get back to work. They don't have paychecks. We see there's so many other issues, underlining issues that need to be sort of flushed out before we can get to a point where we see the market completely come back. So we want days like this. Days like this is totally normal. We'll probably see more days like this, but we should certainly expect that there's still going to be days where there's going to be tremendous volatility, and that will also mean days of correction, which means the market will be down as well. So don't expect this every day.
I'm thinking about those paychecks you talk about. A lot of people obviously not getting paid right
Mhm.
now. For those individuals who aren't getting paid, or maybe they are getting paid, but they're let's say they're in their 30s or their 40s, and they have a 401k. There's always that debate: do I open it up? Do I take money out at this time right now? What do you say to their clients who are maybe they're not toward retirement age, but they are in their 30s or 40s, and they're having that internal debate?
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing that all the time. We're getting calls constantly. Like, what do we do about our 401k? But if you're in your 30s and your 40s, you got to ask yourself, what is this money for? If the money is truly for retirement, then you've got plenty of years ahead of you. If you're probably got at least 20 years ahead of you. So you have to make a decision. Do you want to take a look at it? Do you want to try to rebalance what you currently have? Or you truly not want to deal with this right now? And actually, usually, I would say it's great to have awareness of where you stand financially, but right now, it's okay to put it aside and not want to look at it. I think right now we got to figure out that this is sort of a long haul journey, and that includes your retirement assets as well. So if it means that you're ready to take action and you want to start adding more in because you still have a paycheck, great. If you're in a situation where you just can't deal with it because you're totally overwhelmed, then that's okay too.
A lot of those stimulus checks are going to be, hitting people's accounts fairly soon. What can you tell us, Winnie, in regards to when these individuals are going to actually get this money, and to emphasize again, this is a one-time payment, correct?
It's a one-time payment. Hopefully it's one of several payments. We don't know, but as it stands right now with the $2 trillion stimulus package, it's a one-time payment. You'll probably be receiving that payment for those of you who will be receiving a payment sometime next week, I expect. And then it'll probably go right into your checking account if the IRS has your checking information. Now, that being said, those of you who are not sure and you're like, well, I don't even know if the IRS has my information, then this is a great time. This week, you should actually jump on the IRS website, go in there. If you don't think they have your information, input that information. So ideally that your payment comes to directly to your bank and not via check, because the checks aren't going to mail it out till like May 10th, I believe.
Got it. It's interesting because my mom is on Social Security, and so she's been getting checks. She was wondering actually, and I didn't have an answer for her, so I'm going to ask you. But for those who are receiving Social Security, maybe even disability benefits every month, will they be getting this stimulus check?
Yeah, great question. My mom actually gave me a call as soon as she heard about this too. And she's like, I'm on Social Security. Am I going to get a check? Is dad going to get a check? And the good news is, yes, absolutely. If you're on Social Security, you're on disability, the IRS definitely has your banking information in most cases. So yes, you will be receiving that check. As long as you meet those criterias, you probably will be getting funds next week. So that'll be great news.
What about taxes? Are they pulling money? So if it's a $1,200 check, is it going to be a $1,200 check?
No, that's the good news. No taxes due on this. Is considered a tax credit. So that money is yours.
All right. For those who can save right now, and they want to put money away, and they have the ability to do that, retirement fund, emergency fund. Where would you recommend? What are you telling your clients right now, Winnie, to where they should put that money?
Absolutely. I guess it depends on the person. If you're fortunate enough to have still a paycheck or income and you think, well, there's great opportunities here, you might be thinking, like, how can I invest? So, obviously, if you're younger, like we were talking about earlier, the 30 some individual, and you're looking at it, you're thinking retirement fund or emergency fund. Actually, I think you can almost accomplish the best of both worlds if you're in a situation where you can afford to do this, because there's some great accounts like for example, the Roth IRA is one of my favorite accounts. It allows you to put aside money, after tax money, just like you would in your checking account or your savings account, but you can put in a contribution into your Roth and it'll grow 100% tax free if used for retirement. Now, if you don't, use it for retirement, let's just say even emergency come into, like, let's say the roof falls down or you need to buy, a house or something happens and you really need to take out your money, the contributions that you put into the Roth IRA, that portion you can take out at any time, no taxes, no penalties. But ideally, you probably won't have to take that money and they'll grow 100% tax free for retirement. So it's kind of like a win-win in like the ideal situation.
Yeah. Looking at my phone right now, I don't really play the stocks here, but I do follow a number of them. I'm just saying who's having good days and who's having bad days. I know there are people out there who like to buy the dip, who like to, use this opportunity to make more money. And I mean, Tesla is just a company that comes out. It looks like they're having a positive day. Are there any other companies out there, or even if Tesla is one, that may be of interest to people who are looking to invest?
Yeah, certainly. I think if you're looking to invest, one thing I would say is stick with a diversified portfolio. Take a look at it. If you're still getting a paycheck, like Mike, let's say you're working, you still have that paycheck coming in. Think about possibly doubling up on your 401k contributions right now to a nicely diversified portfolio. Of course, we love right now. We're loving U.S. growth. We're loving U.S. value, but long-term wise, you want to stick with a diversified portfolio now more than ever. You can always decrease that contribution into your 401k as you get closer to like the end of the year, the market improves. But right now, if you're looking for opportunity, that's the way I would do it. Double up, triple up on that 401k contribution.
But it's so hard to do that. Even if you're saying I'm giving 6% right now, at a time that we're living in, I guess it's just more of a mental challenge. Just say, hey, add another percent, 2%, 3%, or double up, as you say, and then just don't. I mean, just don't look.
Just don't look. But you got to be really honest. If you know for sure you're going to be fine, you're going to be employed for the next 3+ months, then this is something you can consider. But if you even have a chance or you even feel like, I don't know, Winnie, I'm just like not sure, then I would say right now, keeping money in cash is a really smart way to do. And I think most people that get this stimulus check, I would recommend you do that. Keep it in cash, medication, groceries. That's where that financial lifeline is designed for.
All right, we talked a lot about individuals in this conversation. What about businesses, small businesses, big businesses? What do they need to know about the Paycheck Protection Program here?
Well, businesses are talking about this all over online right now. It's like the trending topic, the PPP, right? The Payroll Protection Program started on Friday. So if you are a small business owner, you have less than 500 employees, you're still keeping your payroll going, you want to make sure you get everybody taken care of, then you want to look at the PPP. It's something that most of the large banks are offering because most of them are SBA approved lenders. So you want to go there first, figure out where your business banking is, go to that website. I know B of A is already open, Wells Fargo open and closed, Citibank we're waiting on, and a lot of other smaller banks too. You can actually look for that, but I would start with your own bank first because a lot of the lenders aren't allowing you to apply for the PPP on their website unless you have a previous banking relationship with them. So there's that sort of caveat. So, but this is a great thing. This is in many ways, this is our forgivable loan. So if you're still paying your employees, this might be a great thing to have as a business owner as we go forward.
One thing I'm not taking advantage of right now is because I'm in shelter. I'm working from home or in the shelter in place. Is at the gas pump. I mean, gas prices are so cheap right now, but for many Americans, they're not driving anymore. But I wonder if they're
Mhm.
going to go even lower.
Well, we'll see, because today the news just came out that the Saudis and Russians are going to come up with an oil sort of deal soon. So I think oil prices will probably stay at current levels. I don't know if they'll go even lower, possibly, but right now there's not that much demand. So there's just an excess amount of supply. So of course it could go down, but nobody's really taking advantage of it. Hopefully nobody's really taking advantage of it. But what I would do on that note, Mike, is call your car insurance company and tell them you're driving less and get your down.
Ah, nice tip. I didn't even think about that. I'll get on the phone right now. Winnie Sun, Managing Director and co-founder of Sun Group Wealth Partners. I appreciate your time as always. Have a great rest of the week.
Thank you, Mike. Take care.
You too.